Hi everyone, Jeannie here. I'm at the strawberry farm and I thought I'd make this quick video. This is a strawberry farm, incidentally, that we were banned from entering, even though it's pick your own. Anyway, that's beside the point. That is water under the bridge now, hopefully. But what I was going to talk about was about what it is to be like-minded, the whole idea of like-mindedness, and why it is that sometimes it's very difficult for us to conceive the future and predict the future, because we're approaching our understanding what will happen or how people will respond based on who we are and our own thinking. So, for example, by now we thought that there would be more of a mass awakening, that when people walked around and saw ambulances on the road, they looked at, say, spikes in death data, looked around at their friends and relatives and people around that are sicker than they've ever been, and the various reactions when they look around at what's happened to businesses that have been closed down and lots of people struggling financially, that they would think, oh my God, we did the wrong thing. Surely we have made it the gravest mistake of our life. Now, that would involve someone who was able to observe, was able to reflect, was able to take in information and outside of their ego self, and have a certain level of maturity. And that just isn't the case for the vast majority who took it, especially those who took it willingly. And that was still a lot of people. Still a large number of people decided that they would go in and play all in on this game. So for those people that I'm talking about, they are not going to respond the way that we think they're going to respond. They're probably going to be really angry. They're going to find other reasons other than what is to us very obvious to blame someone else, even us, for what's happened, or that it was just the science and that it was just a bad policy decision. 2.5 years later, I mean, it's 2 years later, it definitely is not a mistake, and they're not willing to look beyond that. And you'll have a lot of gatekeepers come out saying, we should have an amnesty, we should, all just forgive each other and move on, but and move away from the deliberate manipulation, the deliberate planning of all of this that's happened. And there's a lot of people that are just not going to concede defeat, because they're not going to concede it because they were heavily invested in it. They've got money on the line. They have got their ego, their careers, everything they put in this basket. And we are acting as though they are one of us and they're thinking as a like-minded person. And that's just not the case. So it's going to drag on, I think, because the people themselves are not going to wake up. They just won't. And I've heard of people on their fourth that are still thinking, and they're really sick and they're in hospital, and then they think, oh, I really should have had my fifth. And it's very sad, and it doesn't matter even what the government or anyone says. I don't even think if the government came out tomorrow that and said, oh, we were wrong, I don't think that they would concede, because such is what's happened inside their brains, that they will continue to hold on to this as long as they can. So have a happy holiday season. I'm going to enjoy it because I think we're going to have a pretty tough 2023. There's going to be a lot of tears and a lot of anger, a lot of sorrow, as from what we're seeing already. So I wish you all well. Out for me.